You know, Speaker, there has been talk recently about whether we even need White House press briefings every day, that maybe some of them should be in an office and not all televised because it looks like some of the reporters might be doing a little grandstanding. I can't even imagine that.
Now, look, I advocated at the very beginning of this administration that they just get rid of the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even do it off the record. Of course, I was dripping with sarcasm when I said I couldn't imagine it.
Here's what I mean when I say get rid of the whole thing. You have a relatively small number of reporters who are important because they're in the White House. And they're very precious, and they sit around and talk with each other all day. And deep down, they resent the fact that they're voyeurs. They're at the beck and call of the president.
Has this always existed, or just now?
No, it's existed for at least, I think, since Kennedy.
But isn't that important?
It was the rise of television. And my point is just, you know, there are 1,000 ways to communicate with the American people. You don't owe the American people having 50 or 60 people. I mean, you have 3 or 4 clowns who insist on getting in fights with her. And they're only important because they get in fights with her.
Isn't it important, though,
to clickbait on social media because they can clip that piece of video and it becomes clickbait. And look, if anybody doesn't think that's happening, check out some Twitter.
Okay, but
it also happened when I was at the podium.
Point, you know, I understand that every politician wants to get their side of the story out. That's a natural inclination. I rolled my eyes when Hillary Clinton did it, and I don't think it's necessary here to have a website for that. The president has been very adept at using Twitter for that. He's got over 50 million Twitter followers, and, you know, he essentially directs the media wherever he wants them to go. And I like these exchanges. I like any sort of an open forum where the ideas can get out. I also like that. I think Sarah Sanders does a very good job at keeping things tight and swatting people down. I think she's got an incredibly difficult job, and it's easy for certain people in that room to gang up on her. And I think, you know, her comportment is actually much better than some of the people who preceded her, not just in this administration, but in others.
But for the reason that she's there that long, I think, speaks to how good she's been. The reporters have every right to ask about certain questions, like that Don Jr. meeting. Why were they dishonest from the beginning? I think the checks and balances is an important thing. But there's also something else going on, and you make that point, Speaker, that they are in such a rush to find all the negative that the president is doing. The perfect example was April Ryan. Yesterday, they threw this birthday bash when the Eagles, when he disinvited them from the White House, on the South Lawn, and she tweeted out that there were a bunch of boos to the president. She had to delete that tweet because it wasn't accurate. But in the moments that that tweet was up, there were thousands and thousands of retweets because people wanted to believe that narrative. They wanted to know that something was bad against the president.
Sarah Sanders has a credibility problem that she should answer for.